I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have totally failed in the filming of Vegan Food Diaries today. I woke up this morning, I was feeling a little better, I got a shower, and I had to run out the door. I had to take Brian to work and Marquise to college, and I have to do all the running because we only have 2 cars, and Rick has 1 car, and the other car has to shuttle everyone everywhere else. So I had to take Brian and Marquise, and then come back, and then a little bit later, take Ricky out so he could go to his college classes. And then while I was out doing that, I had to run a few errands, you know, pay bills, cash checks, things like that. Make things happen. And then when I was out, I realized Rick didn't have any lunch. So we went out and got lunch. Again. We got the Chinese buffet. Again. So we're sitting there eating, and the lady there, she says, Rick's going to tell you what she said.
She told us that our children were there. Actually, it was Ricky Marquise and another friend. And so, yeah.
So they came to the Asian restaurant
Marquise is ours now.
And ate.
Yeah.
Now, I ate vegan, without a doubt.
Did.
Even though we were there, even though it wasn't on camera, I ate vegan because I'm doing this for me. I'm not doing it for the camera. It's because it's something I want to do. So
yes, she's
I ate
done
vegan.
very well. She's done very well.
I can't say that everyone else ate vegan.
No.
Everyone else was not doing that. Everyone else was taking advantage of the opportunity to do something else.
Talking about me.
Brian had packed up some leftovers from last night. He took his burrito things from last night, and Brianna ate some stuff that was at home. So it just was a crazy mixed up day. And then for breakfast, I assume you had your regular breakfast.
I had a vegan breakfast.
Rick had coffee.
There you go.
I'll tell you what I ate for breakfast. I ate leftover spaghetti. Cold. Straight from the fridge.
You really stretched that spaghetti out this
Well,
week.
I mean, we still had a bunch of it, and I didn't want it to go to waste. I was thinking I was going to freeze it.
No, but you make a big batch, you stretch it out.
Yeah,
That's frugal.
You know I don't like to waste a thing.
Spaghetti stretches.
So
You just keep adding the sauce, you see.
I wasn't going to count it as breakfast.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was just going to be like a snack.
Oh, but a lot of folks have pasta for breakfast. I'm sure they do, you know.
I was thinking that I was going to make this that I'm getting ready to make now for breakfast when I got back from all my errands before we went to lunch. But then it was like 2 o'clock when we were done with lunch. So,
yeah,
I decided we're going to have breakfast dinner.
Breakfast dinner. That's interesting. I like that.
Vegan breakfast dinner.
Very southern. Very, very vegan.
Vegan breakfast dinner.
Southern and vegan.
So this is what we are having for vegan breakfast dinner. We are going to have the pumpkin granola, which I'm going to show you guys for Frugal Family Food this week.
Tasty.
We're going to have pumpkin pancakes.
Pumpkin.
Also delicious.
A lot of pumpkin.
We're going to make the T word.
Oh, don't say it. Don't you say it.
Tofu Scramble.
She said it. No, that sounds good.
And we're going to have some
at least part of it does.
vegan/vegetarian sausage and bacon.
That sounds like a breakfast.
Doesn't it, though? So you're going to be full. You're going to be full.
I'm looking forward to it.
You're going to be full. You're going to try tofu.
Yep.
With great joy.
That sounds like an awesome dinner. Healthy.
It is.
Totally vegan.
Yeah.
A vegan would be proud to sit at our table tonight.
I think so. Well, although there is one vegetarian thing. But anyway, so I'm going to show everybody the recipe. You can go now because I'm going to bake it. Well, I'm going to let you know when the tofu's ready. Then you're going to be not.
Oh, make sure you get me.
I will. So anyway, that's what happened today with the filming. But I'm going to show you how to make this dinner because this is really the only thing I've cooked anyway. So it's the only thing to really show you. And I got it right here. I got the bowl started. So let me show you what I got going on right here in the bowl. I'm starting the pumpkin granola.
Edit that one out. Come here. Give me a kiss. That's where you edit out. Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
So here's my pumpkin granola, guys. I was trying to get it in good light so you could see it. I have 3 cups of rolled oats in here. I'm using the quick oats, but you can use regular ones if you want. I have a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, and then a teaspoon of allspice and a teaspoon of nutmeg. Now, you can actually use other spices. You could use, instead of a whole teaspoon of allspice, you could do half allspice and half cloves. Ricky's allergic to cloves, so we don't use those here. You could use some ground ginger and take out some of the nutmeg. But this is what we went ahead and used because this is what we had on hand. And we're going to go ahead and stir these up, and then we're going to add some liquid ingredients. All right, so here's my bowl, and I'm also going to, look, everything's mixed up in it. And I'm going to add half a teaspoon of vanilla, not with that tablespoon measure. Rick's making his coffee. He's got to have that with his breakfast dinner. Well, it's breakfast without coffee to him, right? So half a teaspoon of vanilla. And then we are going to add a tablespoon, an entire tablespoon of maple syrup. Real maple syrup's really good too. I just don't happen to have any, so we're going to use the regular one. Then we're going to add a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. Then I'm going to take my can of pumpkin puree, and I'm going to get a half a cup of that. But we're going to save the rest of the pumpkin puree because we're going to use that for our pumpkin pancakes. I really like to put these 2 recipes together because then you use the whole can of pumpkin. So we're going to put that in there. And then I'm going to get my little silicone spoon and stir it all up and get it all incorporated. Of course, this recipe that we're making, as I'm stirring it up, I'll tell you, is a pumpkin spice granola. So you have pumpkin and oil and all the other spices, and it just makes a really, it smells amazing, very fall-like, but great for the winter time, really great for the whole year round. Breakfast treat. And I love pumpkin. We got a lot of pumpkin. Of course, we got it for 25 cents at Dollar General the other day. I'll link that at the top. But we love pumpkin because it's got so many great nutrients. It's really, really good for you. All right, it's looking good. You don't want to do this with your mixer. You want to stir this by hand. Okay, so once it's incorporated, you can see it's a little bit clumpy. That's exactly what you want it to be. Okay, so now that you have the base of the granola made, you want to add your add-ins. You can do, you know, pumpkin seeds, pecans, any nuts. I'm going to add some chopped almonds, sunflower seeds, and dried cranberries. And you want a half a cup total to 3/4 of a cup. I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle some of these sunflower seeds in. I'm going to sprinkle some of the cranberries in, and I'm going to chop up a handful of almonds, and that's it. It doesn't have to be so complicated. My husband is brewing coffee. But here are the almonds I went ahead and chopped up. In case you guys get confused, I'm going to throw them in here. Sometimes people do. Ricky is highly allergic to cashews. We do have to watch tree nuts when we give them to him because sometimes they can be contaminated with cashews. But almonds are usually fine for him. Rick Sr. has problems with peanuts, but he's not straight up allergic to them like anaphylactic reaction. So just because people know about the nuts in this household, we watch them, but almonds are fine. So here it is. I got the cranberries, the almonds, and the sunflower seeds, and we're just going to stir it up to incorporate it. I have my Pampered Chef pan, and over here I have my granola, and I'm really just going to pour it out into the pan. And it's a little clumpy, and that's good. So we got everything out, right? It's a little clumpy. That's good. We want it to be a little clumpy. But we're going to break it up and spread it out across the pan. Don't want it to be too clumpy, not big giant clumps. But we do want some clumps in here. because that makes for a difference in texture. So we're spreading it out across the pan. We want it to have space to dry out a little bit. And that's it. It's nice and spread out, and we're going to put it in a 325 degree oven for about 45 minutes. It'll start to brown a little bit, get dried out, and I'm going to taste it at the end, and we'll see when it's ready. So that's in the oven, and we're going to get started on the pumpkin pancakes. So the first things first, this is a gluten-free pumpkin pancake recipe. So we're using brown rice flour that we got from Sharp Shopper. It was actually given to us. And we're going to need 2 cups of that. We also need 1/3 cup sugar. And of course, this week we're using Tumeric sugar. We're going to add 5 teaspoons of baking powder. It needs a lot to get this rice fluffy, this rice flour. Then we're going to add a teaspoon of salt to kind of balance that sugar. I might even do a little bit less than a teaspoon because the Tumeric sugar is kind of thick and it's a little bit harder to, yeah, there we go, a little less than. And a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. The last of the dry ingredients is a 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. So a lot of these are similar ingredients to what we have in the granola. It's because a lot of these flavors go together with pumpkin. And they're just delicious. So we're going to stir the dry ingredients, and then we're going to start adding the wet ingredients. So we're going to start with a teaspoon of vanilla. We're going to add the rest of the pumpkin. It's not really a wet ingredient, it's kind of a moist ingredient. We're going to get all that in here. I have said before, and I'll say it again, pumpkin, or you can also add applesauce. They really change how gluten-free baked goods, or in this case it's not really baked, it's a fried good, but anyway, they really change the texture. They make it more like normal breads and baked goods. Now you can substitute that oil for applesauce or additional pumpkin. Like if we hadn't used the pumpkin for the granola, then just the whole can of pumpkin would go in here perfectly and you wouldn't need the oil. But we're going to put the oil in here because we need a little more moisture and I don't want to open up any more pumpkin. I want to use what I have. And I'm going to go ahead and stir this up. Okay, it's going to be very, very thick because there's no additional liquid in it. But I'm going to get it mixed in and incorporated like this before we add anything else. Now here's where we go unconventional for the vegan version of this recipe. If we were going non-vegan, we could put some eggs in here. You might need 2 eggs and maybe a 1.5 cups of milk. Since we're doing a vegan version, we're just adding water. We just want to get it to a nice consistency so it's easy to pour and make into a pancake. It's still going to taste just as good, you'll be surprised. But I'm going to add some water in here and I got to eyeball it because this is what we're working with, guys. It's super, super thick. So I'm going to add water until it's the consistency of a pancake batter. And I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, I think we're just about right. Do you see this? If I pick it up to scoop it, I can pour it out. And once I put that on a hot griddle, it's actually going to fry up really nicely. So let's get a pan hot and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so I have a griddle. It's nice and hot. I got some oil on it. I even threw a little earth balance on it just for some butter flavor. And I'm going to take a little scoop and pour pancake batter on it and maybe even spread it out a little bit. There we go. And there's our pancakes. We'll let them cook like regular pancakes. We'll flip them over and they'll be done. So I learned a lesson. Earth balance is not good for putting on something that you don't want to stick. So the first batch is a little bit iffy. Second batch is much better. But lesson learned. Earth balance does not keep things from sticking. It's just for butter flavor. Good to know. Now it's time for the main event. Tofu. I have poured the liquid out and let it sit here a little while. And I was told to actually squeeze the liquid out and break it up with my hands. So that is the next thing I'm going to do. It doesn't feel great. I'm going to let you know that right now. Good thing Rick's not around. Alright, so here's the deal with the tofu. I've squeezed all the liquid out and crumbled it up. And I have this bag of seasoning that was given to me by a vegan friend. I'm going to put the recipe for this bag of seasoning in the description box. Warning, it includes something called chicken seasoning, but it does not have any chicken in it, obviously. It's seasoning for chicken, but they say it makes this flavored like chicken somehow. I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to put this in here. I'm just going to toss it in. I don't know if there it is. And I'm going to break it up, kind of like scrambled eggs. And I'm going to take the seasoning and sprinkle it all over. It looks like enough, so let's mix it up. The granola's done. I stirred it up already. It's nice and brown. And I'm going to put that in a glass container. Okay, so it's getting late. I still got to make some sausage and bacon. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do that tonight. I might just put some, like, meatballs in the oven or something. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish up this video with a bang. Everybody's going to try tofu. So I'm going to grab everybody, get them around the table. We're going to try the tofu, finish off, and then we're going to eat our delicious pumpkin pancakes, our delicious pumpkin granola that you guys now know how to make, and our delicious tofu scramble. Let's get them to try it. Here you go. Everybody's got tofu. Everybody has to eat it and give an honest reaction. Everybody, nope, don't put it in your mouth yet.
I'm smelling it.
Don't put it in your mouth yet. What do you think?
Great.
What do you think about what it smells like?
It smells like fried rice.
It smells
think
fine.
so?
If I could smell.
I don't like the smell.
You
It
don't.
smells kind of like
It smells
those
like kind of
chicken
like fried
noodles.
You know what it smells like?
The-
It smells
the,
like that
like-
Ben rice.
rice. Dirty rice.
Uncle Ben rice.
It does not smell like Uncle Ben rice.
Yeah, it does.
Uncle Ben rice
don't know.
smells heavenly. This is.
Senior, what do you think?
I mean, I think it smells good.
I tried
The
it.
smell is not enticing me, but we're gonna try it.
It smells like those chicken noodle thingies.
Yeah,
That
but
you
Let
use-
Daddy
like the
answer.
Yellow sauce.
It smells very interesting.
All right. Everybody get ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Tofu time. Ricky, I can't
Tastes
see
a
your
lot like
face.
a chicken flavored egg.
Put something in your mouth. I can't see you eat. Put it in your mouth. There you go.
Maybe a little bit mushier than egg.
It's like those fake eggs that they give you at camps for breakfast.
No, you know, it's the texture is like when you eat, like when you just cook an egg white.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't have yolk.
Ricky, you're chowing it down. Do you actually like it?
Or are you just getting over it?
You didn't have to eat all of it.
Give the people your opinion.
Do you like it? Ew.
It's down.
You didn't have to eat all of it.
I didn't.
No.
You could have told me that.
I would've.
I was like, I'm getting down with this bowl.
You just gobbled it down like you loved it, so we all thought we'd just let you.
I kind of wish that there wasn't so much of the green
I mean,
I think it was a little too much seasoning.
yeah,
Too much?
yeah, like I can't really see the color of the tofu.
The seasoning was good. It covered up a lot. It was nice. Keep that seasoning.
Was it
local.
as bad as you thought?
No.
No, I've had tofu.
Maybe
though.
cook it a little longer. Make it a little less. Maybe a little
This is definitely the tofu that I remember.
less mushy.
So is it as bad as you thought, Marquise?
It's definitely the tofu I remember.
Uh-huh.
I don't
Brian,
particularly want to
as
eat
bad
this
as
on a
you
regular
thought?
basis.
You know, I don't really know what I thought about the tofu.
I can't really
It's
tell.
not bad, but I would definitely not eat this on a regular basis.
Water.
Okay.
It's definitely
I'd eat it.
something that could be substituted if you had to eat it.
I really just.
High praise indeed.
Yeah, if I was at someone's house and they said, here's a bowl of tofu, I'd be like, oh, okay.
I really just think
It's
that
this or wait 2 days until you get to eat.
I just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I'd eat my one bowl, say, full, and go to McDonald's afterwards.
I just think that there really should have been less
Sum
seasoning
it up.
because like
No vegan food.
there's really like you can't really see the tofu. There's just so much of the like green flake.
You just don't like
I think-
green.
What's the green?
No, it's just
What is the green?
Parsley.
I just feel like there's too much.
Dad's not even getting a chance to talk. Dad, what do you got to say?
Oh, I'm good.
He's
Also-
avoiding a speech.
I feel like
Did you eat it?
No, yes, I did.
The seasoning reminds me a little
you
bit
can
of
check
like
the video. I did eat
dressing.
tofu.
also
Yeah.
It was
I think it would look more like egg if it.
This
if
is
there
better
wasn't-
than the other tofu I had.
You talk a lot.
I know.
sorry.
I'm trying to let Daddy say.
I'm
what he
sorry,
has to
it's
say.
weird.
I think if you added less seasoning, it would just you wouldn't really.
Yeah.
It's just like egg.
Okay.
I think that just makes it different.
All right. Let Daddy answer.
Have another bite.
I'm good. Put it down, please.
It's really not.
It wasn't bad. It was okay. I think it would be better in something not on
Like
its
fried
own.
rice.
So, like, if I put it in a breakfast burrito,
Breakfast burrito, I could eat
With,
it a
like,
lot easier.
some onions
Vegan
and some other things.
Yes,
you'd be cool with it, but by
I would
itself,
be
not so
fine.
much. Okay. And what do you guys think? In a
Put a
burrito?
lot of onion.
I don't think you made it right.
This is
Put
It
the
did.
whole onion.
What do you guys think about the other stuff on the table? The pumpkin granola, pumpkin pancakes.
pumpkin granola is good. I've been munching on it every
Both
once
of
in a
these
while.
are very good.
Both of these are amazing.
We already know that those are good. I
Okay.
mean,
We've had them.
we've had those before. Those are good.
Pumpkin pancakes are great.
Oh yeah.
Granola. There you go. It was good.
Have you tried the tofu yet?
No, I'm getting ready to do that.
So far, it's about the way it's
The tofu
leveled
is
right
okay.
here is like how my like enjoyment scale. Love, good, eh.
Okay, I'm gonna try some tofu. I don't think it tastes bad at all.
No.
You guys had me really believing that I made it wrong.
No.
But it tastes exactly like I've had it before and tastes
It
fine.
tastes fine. It does taste a little bit like scrambled eggs with like chicken tendon.
No, you made it right.
Yeah.
I just said I would prefer it in something. That's all.
I think it tastes great.
With a whole onion and other things.
Okay,
Sriracha.
you and I started this video.
Did
We're
we?
gonna end it.
Okay.
Vegan Day 5.
5. Is it?
We're done.
You do the math. 5.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 5.
Doing pretty good.
We're making it. We're making it. And you even tried tofu now.
Oh yeah.
There's more
It's-
tofu in your future, though.
It's really not that bad.
There's more tofu in your
Yeah,
future. I'm
yeah.
gonna do it with fried rice.
But you know, I like a lot of things together. You know, I like a collage of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I would eat it with other things. Just put a bunch of stuff in a pot. Tofu can be one of
So
them.
I have your permission to surprise you with tofu in the future.
Yeah, you have my permission. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. That's it for day 5. We're done. And tomorrow we'll be back with the last day. No. Yes.
That sounds good.
Last day.
That
last
sounds
day of vegan
really
week.
good.
More
Yeah.
tofu.
More tofu.
Okay.
Tofu, pretty good. Okay, I know there's a lot of tofu lovers out there.
Yes.
And I can see that it's probably something a person could like a lot. Maybe work up to love.
All right. We're going to go. You guys have a good night. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching. I'm really glad you came to visit us here at the Fundamental Home. Make sure if you enjoyed this video that you click the like button and also click subscribe right below me for more videos coming into your inbox all the time. And also, if you enjoy social media, we've got links up at the top here for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, all the other fun things. And check out thefundamentalhome.com for more information about what we're doing all the time and how we do it, because there's way more details there. And here over to the right, we have some videos that I recommend. So thanks again for coming by, and we'll see you next time. Bye!